Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! What's going on, guys? Happy Football Sunday. Let's do got a little interesting charts to look at today. Let's jump in on Sunday morning. What's going on, guys? Listen, it's Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning somewhere, right? Technically, maybe. I guess it's Monday morning somewhere. What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. I got the Pats game over here. The Pats are currently losing 17-13 to the Raiders. Mac Jones has 56 yards. And, yeah, it about sums up the Patriots, right? Close game, but Mac Jones sucks. It is what it is. It is what it is. But we got that game over here, and we got the game of cryptocurrency up on the screen over here. Happy Sunday, man. For some, Clint actually likes the song. I'm shocked that Clint actually likes the song. Clint! What are you talking about? The second song, right? The second song is pretty dope. The first song, the pub song, I guess, I've heard it a million times, but it's still good for some reason. I don't know. I still think it is. Anyways, let's jump on in. I see Josh in here. Homar, Hamilton. Let's go and Bajorn. We got Skillful in here. Let me see. Live audience in the background, dude. Clint, you want to come watch in the background? Come on. Clint, I couldn't concentrate with Clint in the background. He'd just be sitting there going, there's no volume, man. Bitcoin's going down, you idiot. He'd be like the two guys in the Muppets, you know, them sitting up in the corner. Anyways, let's jump on into some price action today. I don't want to spend too much time on the short-term time frames for Bitcoin. I actually want to do something a little bit more different today. A little bit different today. I want to look at, a couple Bitcoin charts, but I want to go look at some altcoin charts. And the reason why we're going to look at those is I want to go and look at a couple key areas for altcoins that were around in the 2018 fair market, and kind of look at where did they go? What was the structure before they started to rebound and everything in between? All right, so that's what we're going to do today. If we could smack up that like button for the Santa hat still being on. I'm so sick of wearing the Santa hat. Babe, Bitcoin, you want to just wick to 14K real quick and come back into the range so I don't got to wear this damn hat anymore. I'm sick of wearing this damn hat. I really am. Those guys are best in that show, dude. The Muppets are great. I love the Muppets just because of those two guys that sit in the back and just shit on everyone in the show. They go, "Hey Kermit, hey Kermit, that's not a funny joke," and they just laugh. I love those guys in the Muppets. Anyways, let's see where Bitcoin is in the trend. So obviously we know we ended last week. With a little bit of a bang, right? Bitcoin, a big move up before the FOMC meeting, and then we got absolutely smacked back down to reality, back down to 16,600 here, right? I mean, we were sort of talking, that was my general thought process throughout last week. I was looking for about 18,500. We got pretty damn close. We got smacked back down. I was looking for a rejection after the FOMC meeting. After a lot of horse guys were born up here, unfortunately, and now we find ourselves, like we said, back down in reality of the damn range, right? So what are we looking at now? Are we looking at a bounce going into next week? Because holy shit, I look around the cryptoverse. I sit around here and I look on the cryptoverse and I see everyone calling for a red week. Though I look at this poll that we have here. Will this week be green or red for Bitcoin? We got 52% green and 48% red. So most people are in the ingredients that, or I guess the majority, I'm not going to say the majority, but over half think that we're going up next week. So interesting take next week. Based off what I see, I think most people honestly think it's going to go down next week, but let's see what happens. It is the weekly close today. I will start off by saying that the weekly close, okay, we have to refresh again here. We look at the weekly close here, and we see a pretty nasty weekly close, right? We got, I mean, it's hard to look at this weekly candle and be like, man, that's over bullish, man. That's uber bullish. We pump it up to we go into the moon next week. There's a pretty nasty wick with a close. If we close at where we're at today, man, I gotta say, I don't love that weekly candle there. I think we can all be in agreement that this is not the type of candle that we wanted to see last week. But it's the candle that we deserve, I guess, It's the candle that we deserve. Take off that cap. I can't do it until we break a low. I really want to take this off. I'm sick of wearing this thing, honestly. But if it's the powers that need be, it's the powers that need be that keeps Bitcoin above the previous low. You know what I'm saying? It almost is about time to rip the Band-Aid off, though. So pretty weak bearish candle there. I mean, at the end of the day, everything remains the same, right? I can't get bullish for Bitcoin here in the medium term until Bitcoin can reclaim this 19K level. And it's as simple as that, right? We really can keep it at that until Bitcoin gets above 19K, or if it smacks back down to a lower price and gets back above the bear market resistance band, then we could start talking about some medium-term bullishness for Bitcoin. Let me see. Peter, he keeps saying, I'm going to keep saying it, bear market will continue until Jordan releases his OnlyFans. We could do it, man. I mean, honestly, feet picks, 50 cents. There we go. I would do it for 50 cents. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do an OnlyFans for 50 cents. Not even freaking close. But anyways, let's look where Bitcoin is. So it retraced to the 618 Fibonacci level. I mean, I look at this chart and I say, man, I mean, you're kind of right in the middle of this damn range. You're sitting right in the middle of this damn range, between, obviously this big wick up to 18.4 and this big move down to 15.4. Look where you're sitting. I mean, you take a simple Fibonacci level, you're kind of just sitting between the 618 and the 0.5, right in the damn middle. Now, I could see both cases here, and that's why right now is not the time I really want to be in a Bitcoin trade. I'll tell you that a trade that I am in at the moment, but I sort of look at this and I say, does Bitcoin have a little scam wick up, right? Does Bitcoin come up and sort of take out some of these bears up here? Because look at this inequality on the chart. That's a big inequality, right? If you flip this chart upside down, the bears would be screaming, you're going to take out all that sort of liquidation to the upside. Look at this fast move down, right? When I see this fast move down, I'm looking for the retrace to come out and take those mofos, all right? So I look at this, and yes, Yes, I hear all the bears in the back. Okay, I hear all the bears in the back saying, "Oh my God, look at this little bear flag right here." Right? I see it. It's pretty obvious, right? I mean, I think anyone can see that. I mean, it's not rocket science to see, higher lows and higher highs. It's not rocket science, Ryan. And you'd be saying, "Oh my God, you're gonna get a measure move," and you take the measure move and you put it down here and you say, "Oh my God, Bitcoin is going back down to test 16K." Okay, I can certainly see that. I can certainly see this. Okay, but I personally think that Bitcoin is gonna get a little bit of a retracement and come out and take these guys up here first. No, maybe not this high, right? You're not going to come in here and get the bears, screaming for the rooftops, going, "No, go back down. No, you're supposed to go down in a straight line. We're bearish. There's no retraces. I moved up my stop loss. Now I'm going to get stopped out. Come on, man. Dumb. I've been waiting a month for this shit. Go down to 14K. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being a nice jobber. I just want to see lower prices. So bored, man." Hold up. I think that we get a spike up. All right, I could see a spike up to like 17,400. Then you get that little bit of a doozy. You get that doozy hitting back down. So, like we said, you got a big vector candle right here. You got a big vector candle right here, and you got a big vector candle up here. Doesn't mean you have to go all the way back up there. But I'm looking for Bitcoin to simply put, come back up and take out this like $17,400 level. Right? Call me crazy. I love when you guys call me crazy. Like I said, every single time you guys call me crazy, I tend to do better when you guys call me crazy. Why? I mean, I guess it's sort of self-explanatory. But 17,400 and then dump. Back down. That's what I'm looking for. Come at me. I'm making a little short-term call now for you. All right? I can see the bear flag. Listen, I'm not blind. Right? I'm not walking around the charts going, "Oh, what kind of pattern is Bitcoin in? Huh, let's see. I'm a pattern trader. Patterns always work. Yeah, man. Symmetrical triangle. Let's go watch Call of the Moon for a symmetrical triangle. Oh, wow. A bear. What is that thing? Is that a bearish ant? What is that? Oh, man, too bad I'm blind. Oh, man, that looks like a bear flag to me, actually. It's a little blurry. That means we're going to go down." But that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for moon, right? I bet, I'm sure there's people calling for 30K now all of a sudden, but I'm not looking for the moon. Just looking for a quick retrace, and I've made my take a million times. I don't think Bitcoin does anything crazy until the end of January. For me personally, I think the holidays, in my opinion, will be mostly boring. After the holidays will be mostly boring. We know the basic take, right? Let's go to the daily time frame real quick. Merry Christmas, Dale. Dale's back. What's going on? Whenever Dale's in here, it's a good time. It's a good time, man. What's Dale saying? Is Dale saying we're gonna dump? Yeah, Dale's bearish. There he is.
Bitcoin is bearish.
There he is. I love when Dale's bearish. But, I mean, here's my take, guys. Here's my take. Bitcoin obviously broke down from this big this trend line here, right? Very simple. But here's the thing, guys. I don't want to be sort of that contrarian at this point because I will show you guys what we've done this whole bear market, right? And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, you can be a contrarian here. It is what it is, but I'll show you guys. So we obviously broke this trend line, right? It doesn't take a genius to tell you, okay, we had support and we broke resistance. Now, like I said, I think Bitcoin actually comes back up and tags 17.4, which would be pretty much a retest of this trend line to come back down. Now, we zoom out, right? Let's zoom out for this whole bear market. Let's keep this very, very simple. You guys can probably see a trend on that RSI, no? Look at that daily RSI down there. You see that? Bitcoin seems to be doing, it seems to do the same damn thing every single time. All right? Look at all these instances of the same damn thing. All right? 1, dump, 2, dump, 3, dump, 4, dump, 5, dump, 6, dump, 7. There we are again, right? I'm just saying what I say. So, there's been times where I ignore this. There's been times where I look at this and say, oh, it's not going to dump again. There's no way. There's no way they're going to do the same thing again. But once again, we're stuck in this situation where whenever we break sort of these trend lines on the daily or trend lines in the daily RSI, it tends to lead into a little bit of a dumparoo. Now, that could just be back to the lows, but tends to lead to a dumparoo nonetheless. Okay, nonetheless. Bathwater said we're about 90 minutes away from Bitamin getting banned on Twitter for posting Mastodon. Wait, what's that thing in the top right? Hold on. Why does it say that up there? What is that? By Leslie Goo? What is that, man? Oh, it's this. Oh, there we go. I changed it. There we go. Why is it on that? I gotta fix that tomorrow, I guess. But no, I mean, here's the deal, guys. I mean, you look at the bear market, it sort of just has this daily trend lines that get broken and we continue lower. Will this time be different? I mean, let's see. Let's see. For me, I need to see Bitcoin get back above 17.4. And that's really it for us not to sort of, break down right here. Price follows. We continue the trend. We break down right here. Price follows. Let's continue. We break down right here. Price follows. We break down right here. Yeah, it's you break down right here. Price follows. Let's continue. We might as well just continue through the whole thing, no? Let's just continue it. Break down right here. Price follows. And we might as well just continue one last time. Why not? Why not? Just for a little all-time high sake. Right here. Price follows. Right? So, I mean, it is what it is. That's the way I'm looking at it right now, if I'm being honest. It's not the most optimistic way to look at it, but I mean, it's 7 for 7. Why not make it 8 for 8? But first, before we do that, I do think we get a little move up first. I think we go and take out a little bit of the late shorts before we sort of come back down. All right? It is what it is. It is what it is.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
He's just moving his hand around and clicking stuff. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. What else do we have? So in the weekly time frame, like we said, pretty bearish week. I mean, at this point, it's at this point as it stands. I can't get too optimistic about Bitcoin at this current level either. I mean, it's a lot of the same shit, right? Earlier this week, it was like, all right, we're getting a little move up, right? CPI is good. Get the 50 basis point rate hike. Then Powell comes out, market dumps, and then it's sort of like we're back to square one. It's low to high. It's low to high. It's low to high. It's low to high. It's low to high, right? We're taking steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. And then you sort of got a bearish candle in the weekly time frame. You guys could probably tell that I'm not the most optimistic person at the current moment. You could probably tell. You could probably tell. All right? Holy moly. Wow! Jordan's turning into a troll too. Oh, wow. Maybe the bottom's in. Jordan, wow. Jordan is a freaking troll. He's so unoptimistic. The bottom is in. Finally. Now we just need Bob. No, sorry. I am Bob. Now we just need George to be bearish. George, are you bearish? No. I will never be bearish. Me and my cult will continue to be bullish throughout the history of Bitcoin. Say it with me, Georgies. I am George. We're all mother trucking George. I am George. We're all George. I am George. We're all George. I am Georgia. We're all Georgia. We are all Georgia. Price is going to pump. I FOMO'd at 18.4. I cannot survive a dump. Oh, Lord. Lordy, man. Lordy. it couldn't possibly go any lower. Oh, Lord. Lord. All right, let's continue on. So, you guys know my take. All right, me being, I guess, a little bearish does not mean Bitcoin has to make a new low. For me, it's more like, I've sort of told you what I expect. I think Bitcoin does something more like this. You stay sideways. You might go a little bit lower. You might see 14K or something. For me, it's mostly sideways and just chop and just freaking guacamole action, right? And you guys know my take. I think Bitcoin, if it's going to continue its pattern throughout its cycles, you're going to see Bitcoin get back above the bear market resistance band, hopefully at the end of January, right? And that's sort of my thesis, and I will continue to stick to that thesis as long as we sort of have the thesis, which we'll always have the thesis. Why? I mean, we've gone over this multiple times, but whenever Bitcoin has gone, the halving is coming up, every cycle, Bitcoin tends to get back above that bear market resistance band 5 more weeks before every time. I was trying to think about how to say that. So 49 weeks in the first cycle, right, where it took from halving to get back over, 54 weeks here, okay, in the second cycle to get back over the bear market resistance band after being in the bear market. Took it 59 weeks here. All right, get back over there in the third cycle and in the fourth cycle, which we're currently at. Excuse me, losing my voice a little bit. Holy shit. Looking at 64. Just add 5. Just this very, very simple take. So, in my opinion, the next 6 weeks could be a little bit boring. 17 to 16 right now? Oh, my Lord.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
If the Pats lose to the Raiders, guys, I need to do something embarrassing. If the Pats lose to the Raiders, this is going to be so freaking embarrassment for the Pats. The Raiders are horrible. If you're from Oakland, first of all, move out of Oakland, man. Oakland is... Who even lives in Oakland? I never even seen anyone that lives in Oakland. The commentators actually said during the game that 45% of the fans in Oakland are Pats fans. That's how you know there's no Oakland fans, man. No Oakland fans. But let's sort of continue on here. I actually want to look at a few altcoin charts today, and we're gonna get a little dubious, okay? We'll get a little dubious on altcoin charts today. First, let's check out our main shit, our main shiitake mushrooms, the DXY going into next week. Right, we're sort of and this is another reason why I'm a little bit bearish on Bitcoin at the moment, because I think the DXY is going to get a little bit of a bounce, man. Oh, man. As much as I don't want to see the DXY get a bounce, this is the point where I'm looking for the DXY to get a bounce. Why? You've seen a big move down in the DXY. You really haven't gotten a retrace. We have a bullish pattern on the DXY. And for all you people that don't like patterns, look at where the DXY came down to. It came down to this previous peak, in this previous peak, holding those as support. That's a massive support for the DXY. I can't see the scenario where the DXY, maybe it comes down again, you get a little double bottom. But from this point, I can't see where the DXY doesn't at least get a little bit of a retrace back up to the upside, which would not be good for Bitcoin and stocks. It is what it is, man. We can't change it. All we can do is sit here and sort of picture what we expect to happen. I think the DXY is coming up, right? And if we're just going to look at it like a measure move, I mean, I'm not a big measure move guy, but I think it comes up back up to at least 107, 108. Which would hopefully, and then we can maybe start to look at this as some type of bearish pattern, but not yet. Not yet is the key kicker. It all kind of comes full circle. So maybe we get a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern on the DXY, but this could still be, another couple weeks for the DXY to come up a little bit. All right, so kind of goes into my thesis of Bitcoin not really doing anything for at least another month and a half. So. Let's see what happens with DXY. I will say I'm pretty bullish on the DXY right now. I'm pretty bullish, man. I'm pretty freaking bullish on the DXY. And I don't want to be, right? If I'm bullish on the DXY, that means I'm bearish on BTC. I'll be looking like this as the DXY is retracing. Where's the crying face, man? I guess I'll be more like this. I guess I'm turning into the echo chamber guy. Yeah, man, and the economy sucks. The DXY is going to go back up. I know inflation's going down now, but the DXY still got some legs. It's still got some legs to go up, man. Yeah. This is the most known recession coming. Everyone's calling for a recession. That means it's going to happen, man. Yeah, everyone knows a recession's coming, right? Hey, Bob, a recession's coming, right? Yeah, I know, me too. A recession is coming. Yeah. Oh, man. I got to say, this is the most called for recession ever in the history of crypto. Not the history of crypto, but the history of the world. As long as I've been alive. Everyone thinks it's coming. Will it come? Well, everyone's calling for it. Let's see, right? Let's see. Does anyone actually know? I mean, most people know. Most people will say they know. But we'll find out. What else do we got? He used to do Ethereum. No, guys, chill out on Ethereum. I'm getting to Ethereum. Give me 2 seconds. Today, we're going to talk mostly about altcoins, right? And let me just touch on this stuff first, okay? And then we're going to dump into some altcoins. And you may not like what I have to say about some of these things today. But I sort of spent some time and look at some longer-term charts on alts. All right. One more thing on the SPX, which, it's all fun and look at altcoins and Bitcoin. But, okay, if this continues down, crypto's continuing down too, man. The SPX comes down. You had a red week last week. Where does this get a bounce here at this $3,700 level? We'll find out. That's where I want to see this hold. If this doesn't hold right here, oh Lord, dump it. It could be getting pretty ugly quick. So let's see what that holds. I mean, this seems like it wants to come down a little bit more too, and I guess it's about where we're at, right? I guess. If this comes down like this, I gotta expect Bitcoin to kind of at least hold the range, And then it's the same point. I'm hoping for into January and February. Then we get a little bit of a left, a little bit of a head, a little bit of a right, and then we can start making some ground here. Maybe not straight up like this. This is a little bit dramatic, right? You sort of looking at me like, Jordan, you're crazy thinking it's gonna go like this. Not like that. Like more like this, I guess. Da 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 da. We hold, ba 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 ba, and we try to attempt to go up at sort of the end of 2023, or middle of 2023. Excuse me. Bonk, bonk. VPAD. You guys want to look at VPAD? Holy shit. All right, let's look at altcoins, because that's why we're here. We're here to look at cryptocurrencies. We're not here to look at the S&P. Who wants to look at the S&P? Gamer boy, what's up, man? I'm doing pretty good today. I'm sort of watching the Pats. Pats touchdown, baby. Let's go. All right, let's look at some altcoins. Let's look at alts. Come on. Doge, baby. All right, let's look at Ethereum. Let's start with everyone's favorite ETH. What's going on with ETH? Everyone loves ETH. ETH is my favorite coin. I don't want to see ETH go down. Here's the way I'm looking at ETH. All right, and this is just from a very simplistic standpoint. I see two scenarios for Ethereum. Okay, and it depends what kind of the boat you're on. Are you on the recession's going to kill everything in 2023, or are you on, we still have a little bit more sideways and down, maybe a little bit more lower to go. But you don't think we're going to get that massive capitulation. Here's the two ways I'm looking at the market. And we're going to first start off with everyone's favorite fractal, okay? Because you all love fractals. Who doesn't love fractals in the cryptoverse? I love fractals. Right here. You see me? I love fractals. Here's my take number one, okay? Could you see ETH kind of go against the grain here in the short term and actually get a little bit of a move up before crashing back down? And I guess here's my take. Okay, here's my take. I look at ETH and we sort of got this little downwards channel. You see this little downwards channel? We basically got a big move down in Ethereum. We made a low. Okay, cool. We can both agree that we made a low on ETH. We got to move back to the upside. Okay, and then since then on the weekly time frame, it's just been up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Right, sort of in just a little bit of channel to the downside. You might be saying, okay, that's cool. I think there's a possibility, okay? I think there's a possibility that ETH could do something like this, depending on what the stock market does in the next few months. I think there's a possibility, and this kind of goes into my short term. I still think we got a little bit, I'm not too optimistic in the immediate, in sort of the next month or so. So I could see ETH do something like this. It comes back up again, comes back down, makes another lower low. But I could see ETH actually getting a little bit of a rise up to get everyone bullish again before it crashes right back down in sort of the middle to end of 2023. Comes back down, makes a lower low, or makes kind of a second low before kind of rounding out and coming up back again at the halving. The reason why I say that is just a little fun little fractal. Okay, this is option number one. Little fun little fractal from over here back in 2018, and you might be saying this is a little bit more stretched out. I mean, yeah, totally. It's totally more stretched out, but we're just having fun here. If we look at this, ETH comes down, makes a low, comes up, okay, comes down a little channel, whoop, 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 comes down on a channel, breaks up from the channel, gets everyone and their mother bullish again, right? We're going to the moon. Oh my God, we're going to the moon. Gets everyone bullish before something happens, and this could be, right? You might be saying, all right, what would cause a dump like this? That could be like the Fed pivot dump. You know what I'm saying? So just think about this for a second, okay? Say inflation keeps coming down. And I'm not saying this is going to happen right now. We could still go down here over the next 2 months or so. Say if inflation keeps coming down, okay? Inflation keeps coming down. Woohoo, 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 woohoo. You get a pump. Everyone's bullish. Inflation's coming down. Fed's going to pivot. But what usually happens on the Fed pivot? Daily close. It's the daily close, man. What happens on the Fed pivot? Usually dumps, right? You dump here, okay? You dump back down, and you come and make a second low on the Fed pivot. It's a pretty big dump, right? That would be about a 65% dump there. What would that look like for here if we were to do something similar? Well, we come back down. Maybe we get a little pump up again. Woohoo, 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 woohoo. We come up to 2K again, right? Everyone's bullish. Woohoo! Inflation's coming down. Fed pivots. We dump back down to 8K. And if you look at what that would be about a 60% dump, almost the same as happened last time. So let's see. I think that's a very, very much a possibility. Okay, very much a possibility. So that's option number one. We did get the weekly close. Let's go check out the weekly close real quick. Let's get rid of this. You guys all love fractals, so you mostly like to say when they're wrong, right? Jordan's fractal's wrong. Oh my God, look at Jordan's fractal. It's so wrong. Let's check out the weekly close. So the weekly close closed in at a measly 16,738. Not the best weekly close. Like I said, it's not. It's kind of what I expected. Honestly, like after the FOMC meeting, I was expecting a dump. Not that rough. I was not expecting a dump that rough, but that's a pretty bad weekly close, man. So let's see what we got. It's hard to be. It's hard for me to sit here and be necessarily bullish going into next week with the DXY looking to come up and Bitcoin closing the week pretty bad. I'm going to be honest, right? It's just my take. That was my take. Hate me for my take. It is what it is. Let me see you guys set in the poll real quick before we continue with Ethereum. And guys, we're going to look at all the altcoins from 2018, right? We're going to look at BNB. We're going to look at Litecoin. We're going to look at Chainlink. We're going to look at altcoins that are around in 2018 and see if we can just find any cool little things going on. And I found some cool things today. I personally found some cool things. Let me you guys think. Are you guys bullish or bearish for Bitcoin and crypto for the rest of the year, right? For the next 12 days, are you bullish or bearish for Bitcoin or crypto? Let me know. Let me freaking know. I guess you could say I'm crabbish, right? Because if I expect to move up in the short term to come back down again, we probably end up around the same spot in 12 days, you know? So I guess you could say I'm pretty crabbish for the holidays. You know, Captain the Grinch. I have the Grinch here, by the way. I think we're going to get a happy Grinchmas like this, you know? Fortunately, it's green, so it comes out shady. Whoa! What was that? Oh my God. What's going on, guys? It's the Grinch. I'm about to steal your Christmas gifts. You want a Santa Claus rally? You ain't getting no Santa Claus rally. I'm coming to steal your Cardano. I'm coming to steal your Litecoin. I'm coming to steal your Chainlink. All your cryptos are mine. Expecting a Santa Claus rally. During a recessionary period? You idiots. Oh, man. It's so lonely up here in this hill. Well, at least I have my Cardano. The Grinch is a Cardano fan. All of a sudden. I don't know why the Grinch is a Cardano fan. Let me see. Most people are bearish. Bearish bull. All the crap. Okie dokie, Jack, sure. Bathwater, who are you fighting with in chat? It's time for your meds, sir. Hate fractals like turtles. Unless you want 10% inflation. What I'll say about inflation, right? Before we continue into altcoins, what I'll say about inflation, guys, is I continuously check this website, and every day I'm shocked at how fast this shit's coming down. Now, this is not an end-all, be-all, but even since we got the last CPI print, which was the 14th, this thing's down. Like, look at this last week. In the last week, this thing says it's came down from 6.06% already to 5.75 in the last week. This shit's coming down like a rock, which I expect to happen, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You guys can hate me for my opinion. Everyone's welcome to their opinion. In my opinion, the next CPI print is going to be super bullish, which is my take for actually causing a little bit of bullishness in the market. People are going to be looking at this and saying, holy shit, inflation's coming down faster than we expect. That's my take. You could hate me for it. It's my take from what I look at when I look at stuff like this and other stuff. I watch too much shit on this shit. And then I expect February to be good, March to be good, right? Everyone's bullish. Oh, yeah, everyone's bullish. And then, right, the Fed does their normal thing where they sort of, they pivot. Everyone expects that to be bullish. You had bad earnings because of the rate hikes that caused the economy to do bad. And that's when you see that sort of capitulation dump. But we'll talk about that down the line. Let's start I guess focus on this. Let's focus on this. Food's still up. Yeah, food is still up. Food is still up. If you go to food and beverages, I guess, I mean, if you look at where it is from April, it was at 13.58%. Now it's at about 8, right? So you're looking at a 60% decrease. According to this, right? This is not the end all be all, but it is what it is. Your take is trash. John, why do you hate me now? I didn't do anything. Oh, man. You enjoy reading the same horrible sites? Hey, man, doesn't mean I'm bullish. I guess you guys know my take, right? Just because I think that's going to happen doesn't mean I think the market goes up. Me saying inflation's going to come down hot does not mean the market's going to go up. People have that so confused. So confused. Inflation, as long as inflation comes down, I don't think people care about that anymore. Now it's more about where the earnings going to be in 2023. Anyways, let's talk some crypto. We're done talking Mac. We're not doing Fed talk today. No Fed talk today. We can do Fed talk a different time, okay? Let's focus on some charts. Now, here's the thing for Ethereum. I know what all the bears are going to say, okay? It's going to go down. Listen. And I can sort of agree with them up to this point, right? I know most people are looking for ETH to come back down to fill some of this big inefficiency in the chart, right? Where ETH pretty much went straight up from 400 to 3,000 in a straight line, right? With really no pullbacks, nothing in here, right? Pretty much a straight line up. There's no consolidation here, which usually went straight up to the upside. I know a lot of people looking for ETH to come down in sort of this range. I see a lot of people calling for, a $400 ETH. I see people calling for to take this vector candle right here. It's at 600. I see people calling for 700. I see people calling for every type of price on ETH imaginable. But to be fair, there actually is one down here at like 250 too. So if you're a vector candle trader on the weekly, hey, go. But what I'll say about vector candles, man, is I look down in 2018. There's ones down here that never got taken. So is it an end all be all? Like, oh my God, there's a vector candle down at $1. ETH going down to $1? No. Okay. But there is some big liquidity down there. Now I'd say the first thing people will say is, oh my God, man. Let's look at the high to the low, people will say, oh my God, it came down 94% last time. If ETH goes down to 94% again, it goes right to that previous high. Right to like, what was it, $300? You know, so I get why people are calling for that. The way I'm looking at it is I personally think we see something like this, man. This right here. And that does not, and that means I'm bearish, because that means in the next few months, I think Bitcoin, or in the next 6 months, I think ETH actually sees a lower price than it currently is, which I guess would make me bearish, no? So that's about where we're at. I didn't want to spend too much time on ETH because ETH is not the one I wanted to look at today. I mean, ETH is ETH. ETH is going to do its thing, you know? But, man, I'm excited for this. I wanted to look at some other ones, right? And then sort of like Chainlink, BNB, some of these other ones here. Let's go take a look at, wait, what's the Pats? 2417? Hey! Mike, bet on me against the Pats, man. I'd be up right now. 8-6, baby. 8-6. Let's freaking get busy, man. Let's get busy. All right, let's look at some altcoins. I wanted to look at, say, oh, by the way, guys, I did do a Chainlink long here. So you might be saying, I might be asking if I'm in any trades. Chainlink has been the oscillator of the bear market, right? Since May, I'll say this for Chainlink. Chainlink has been, whenever Chainlink has been at the lows, that's been the time to long. Whenever Chainlink's been at the highs, that's been the time to short. Any crypto. It's like the oscillator of crypto. You know what I mean? We know this. Whenever Chainlink's pumping, that means you should be getting out of positions because the market's usually going to come down. It's kind of the same thing on the bottom side, right? Since the beginning of May, Chainlink has just been going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down in this damn range. So I am long on Chainlink. If it dumps here, I'll get stopped out, but I like the risk reward here. Just a clean range, and I'll play this, I guess, level by level here, but just want to let it know. Just want to let you be known that it is what it is. Everything is fine. Everything is fine, man. Everything is fine. Whenever Chainlink comes down to these lows, people usually get pretty bearish. You know, just looking at some of these time frames like May, June, July, all these times are the most bearish times in crypto, right? November, the FTX crash. So let's see what we got. Let's look at what should we start with today? Let's start with Rothound said, hey, can you comment on Matic? I got you on Matic, Rothound. Jesus said, Jordan's thesis, digital assets. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's my most common saying. It is what it is. And what's the other one? It is what it is. And shit, man. I forget the one I used to say. I guess I don't say it anymore, so that's why I don't know. That's why I don't know. Let's see what we got. So I want to start out on, what was it? BNB? Yeah, let's do BNB. So everyone's bearish on BNB. Here's the way I'm looking at BNB. You guys kind of got my take there. If I look at the BNB chart, it kind of looks similar to what it did back here in in the beginning of the bear market in 2018, right? Where it was kind of weirdly holding up in 2018. So like most of the market, so this was the top in 2017, right? This was when Bitcoin was at 20K, okay? And BNB kind of held up really oddly well. And even back then it was like, what the heck is going on with BNB? Why is it holding up like this? You know, why is it just being a rock during the bear market? And if you look at the structure it kind of has, it's almost very reminiscent to the structure it has right now, which, guys, I'll tell you this. If this plays out, this ain't bullish, okay? Where BNB came up in a bull market, made one high, retraced in the summertime, came back up, kind of made a second high, not as high, lower high, and then kind of came down in the second leg of the bear market, just like right here, right? Came up in a bull market, high, came up in a high, right? Kind of continued down, and then it oddly held this level the whole bear market, right? It just sat there, just like it did right here. Kind of just sat there for no reason. And it had no support below this, right? It was a horizontal support, no support, man. It just broke right through. You know what I'm saying? And there was no support looking left, right? There was just a bunch of liquidity over here to take. If we look at the price now, and this is some bear shit. If this was to play out, who knows if it does? Could you just be in this scenario where you're right here in this fractal, right? You're sitting right here where there's no support here on BNB. There's a bunch of liquidity sitting right here on BNB. Are you going to see that drop to come and take all that nonsense, just like you did here? You come and take all this nonsense down low, big drop, and then you come back and you take all that shit back. We'll find out. I mean, at the end of the day, that would kind of match up with the sort of the end of January, February timeframe too. Let's see. Right? Let's see it. There's an odd little nugget there where BNB has like weirdly held up really well in this bear market for some reason, and now it's got FUD. It's still holding up well. We'll find out. We shall find out. Elon banned discussions of cryptos other than Doge. I see that Elon on Twitter banned anything. You can't have a post. You basically can't post anything about Facebook. You can't post anything about Instagram. You basically can't post anything about any other social media. If I read that correctly, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of what he's going for? No. So basically, you don't want to censor anything, but you want to censor the things that are your competition. It's basically what we're going for, Elon. Come on. Listen, I'm all for free speech. But I guess I shouldn't say but that's a little ridiculous. I don't know. A little ridiculous for me. Bitcoin, 16,751, by the way. Kind of just chilling like a damn villain right now. You ain't seeing too much for Bitcoin at the moment. What's your take? God, what do you think? What do you think about BNB? Hit up that like button if you think BNB is going to come back down to this 100, these low. Hit that like button if you think BNB will break this orange box. All right? Let me know. What do you think? You think BNB is going to come back down here and take all this shit? Or you think BNB is going to hold the line? Is going to hold the line like Donkey Kong? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. No different times. Let's see. In the grand scheme of things, that's what it is. Thank you, Keith. In the grand scheme of things, that was my old saying. In the damn grand scheme of things, the Pats. Come on, Pats. That's what I'm talking about. 8-6. Hang them up. Pats Eagles Super Bowl. I'm calling it right now. Pats Eagles Super Bowl. Moon tomorrow. Let's see. Gonna come down. Mr. Hart said Goblin Town. All right. So that's BNB. Just a little, I guess, little fractal here. Nothing crazy. Is there anything else I wanted to note on this? And then I guess the other thing that we can say about BNB is if you look at last time, before it dumped, right? You don't have the full price action here. You look right here. Before it dumped, it actually tested that 50-week moving average, and then it dumped down. You see that? So you kind of consolidated, you test the 50, you dumped. If you look at where it is now, what did we just get a couple weeks ago, my friends? Tested that 50-week moving average before it's coming down to test that level again. Can't make this shit up. It's almost the exact same price action. We'll see if it plays out. I would prefer, guys, listen, I prefer if it did not, but we're just having a little fun today and looking at the past and guess not looking at the same shit we always do. We're sort of going deep into the into having fun. Do we all know that that cryptos are going to follow the stock market? Yes, because you're gonna have all the economores. I mean, God, man, you can't even talk about anything in crypto with the economores coming out now, right? Just the economores come on and say, none of this stuff matters, man. It's gonna follow the S&P. It's gonna do whatever the DXY does, the opposite. Shit, man. Why do you even look at this shit, man? This guy's dumb. Thinks altcoin charts matter. What an idiot, man. What an idiot. Listen. I know that more than anyone. Trust me. Every day I say, I don't want to even look at altcoin charts. It's pointless. But I guess the thing that we can look at altcoin charts is see the patterns from the past, right? And sort of see, because price action often rhymes, right? It doesn't often do the same thing, but it often rhymes in certain ways. So what's price? What does price do? It follows the emotions of the market. If the price is moving in a certain way, that's because people are feeling the same emotions that they were last time, right? The chart is an emotion. This is greed. This is fear. This is fear. This is greed. It's just emotions, right? People feel FOMO, and then people think it's dead. FOMO, dead. FOMO, dead. Who's to say it doesn't do it again, right? That's one of them. That's BNB. We'll see what happens with B and Bizzle. B and Bizzle, my nizzle. Let's see. Chris said, well, off to walk 300 yards to the back garage. 300 yards. Why is your garage so far away? To get the fake Christmas tree in freezing temps. Thanks, wife. Oh, Clint. Don't be complaining about freezing temps. Put some gloves on. Or probably for you, putting mittens on. You probably wear mittens, Clint. Okay, you probably wear mittens. You don't wear gloves. Put some mittens on, okay? Put a coat on. Get out there and get the damn tree, man. Come on, don't be crying. Put your mittens on. Let's see. Raiders tied it up. Oh, hell no. Don't be lying. Don't be lying. Hold up. This thing, I gotta refresh this thing. Hold up. Oh, no! No! Bro! They did just tie it up. All right, so that's BNB. Bitcoin doing anything? No, Bitcoin's chilling. If you're just coming in now, you can rewind, but I expect Bitcoin to get a rise up before it dumps again. All right. What's Link doing? Link's holding the range. Come on, Link. 24 pats. Freaking. I'm going to go nuts over here. All right. So BNB. Wifey said right now, Clint, tell your little friends goodbye. Tell your little internet friends goodbye. All right, what's the other ones we got? Let's go look at Litecoin. Everyone's favorite coin, Litecoin. All right. Now, look at Litecoin, man. Look what Litecoin's done in this bear market. Litecoin's an interesting phenomenon. Just take a gander at Litecoin here, okay, and see where we're at in the trend. And I guess what I'll say in this trend is Litecoin. Yes, it really only. It's in kind of this channel in its whole life, like not its whole lifespan, but from 2017, right? You had pretty much a double top. This was the 2017 high, and this was the 2021 high. Okay, so you pretty much a double top. And if you look at the lows, right, you sort of had a low here, you had a low here, and you had a low here. If you just kind of look at where Litecoin is in the trend, could Litecoin give us a little bit of a clue? And guys, I'm just doing a little bit of speculation here. Okay, this is some serious speculation. You guys can agree or disagree. To be quite frank, I don't even know if I agree with this stuff. I'm just looking at the chart. We kind of look at where Litecoin is. Do we see Litecoin come all the way back down to test these lows again? Right, and this kind of goes into like the uber bearishness, right? But if we sort of look at where Litecoin is, it's at an interesting point right now where it's either going to hold this support coming across like this. See this support like this? Where it got a bounce from here. You got sort of rejection, and then it went to the moon here. You get a bounce from here. You get a bounce from here. And you got a bounce from here so far. The question is, and this is up for debate for you guys too. Do you see Litecoin come all the way back down to test these lows again before we go up? I don't know. I'm just looking at it from a very basic standpoint. I'm not doing anything crazy here. And I bring up the bull market support band. Here's the way I'm looking at it. I could make an argument, and I guess you guys could do it. Serious dubious speculation. We're doing some dubious speculation today, man. We're looking at altcoins very closely and dubiously. I look at Litecoin here, right? And I see that it was able to get back above the bear market resistance band here for the first time in the whole bear market, actually. The first time he did it was back over here. I could argue that Litecoin didn't get that massive move up. I'm going to make a very bold claim. I think the reason that Litecoin didn't go up higher on this move, and it's the same reason as Bitcoin, it's because the stupid SBF fiasco, okay? The stock market went up like 20% and Bitcoin dumped like 30%, right? It was sort of an incorrelation because of stupid FTX. If FTX didn't happen, I think Litecoin would have got to move up higher here. I personally do, because Litecoin had some serious momentum and it got crushed by stupid FTX and Sam Bitchman cock. Sam Bitchman cock. Right? Now, I'm looking at it kind of the same way as this. Did Litecoin kind of get that move up? Now it's kind of right here. Right? It's kind of like right here. Where it got back above the bear market resistance band, tested it. Right? And now it's testing it. If it breaks down, does that mean it comes all the way back down here again? You can make the argument, right? Now, what does that mean for Litecoin? I mean, if it dumped down here, and I'm just looking at it. I mean, that's a 60% drop. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this one? Do you think Litecoin comes back down to the bottom of its kind of macro range? Or do you think Litecoin kind of just holds a higher low? Let me know. Let me know. I mean, I could see either scenario for this one. This one's pretty interesting. You can make a case it's kind of making higher lows here. I mean, you do what you want to do, right? But I'm having a very open mind now, right? I guess I told you guys at this point I'm in accumulation mode. If things go lower, things go lower. Honestly, if Litecoin gets back up here, am I going to care really if I bought anywhere down here? I mean, yeah, maybe. I might split some hairs. Okay. Oh, I bought at $60 and I didn't buy at $30. Damn me. Damn me. I could certainly make that case, but I mean, it's going to split in hairs. I mean, it already came down to 40. So why can't it come down to 26? Just making a claim. Just making a claim. Right? Say if Bitcoin goes to 14K. I think Litecoin could see $26. Easy peasy. Could see it. Just my take. So I guess we'll see what happens with this one. The reason why we're looking at these ones is because these ones were around in 2018. Right? So you kind of have a little bit of a comparison to do it. But yeah. This could be an interesting point right here on Chainlink. If we see back down there. Angelina, I rolled everything into Bitcoin. Tired of speculating. Wait, I mean, listen. Most of my portfolio was in Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? So, like, I do own altcoins. I do. But most of my portfolio is Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, I'm kind of there with you. Not full Bitcoin, but I'm sort of there with you. Almost there, Wayne. Almost. I feel like every day that goes by, I want to turn more into just a Bitcoin and ETH maxi. Every day that goes by, right? I mean, every day I sort of sit here and I go, why the frick do I own this? Why the frick do I own this thing? Just going to put it in Ethereum. Ethereum pumps more than all these other coins anyways. Oh, Lord. All right. Litecoin 110. I could see it. Depends on the short term, you know. What a dooma. What a dooma. What a dooma. But that kind of goes in the same thinking as sort of BNB. Let's look at ADA. ADA is another fun one. Everyone's favorite coin, ADA. Everyone loves ADA, right? Even freaking, where is he? The ADA King. What's going on, guys? It's Becker. Cardano freaking sucks. All you guys still holding Cardano right now? Listen, guys. I already banged your sister. I personally, I banged your wife too. At this point, I'm not even going for your mom. I'm going for your wife. If you own Cardano right now, you are a freaking idiot. This thing's going down in a straight line, no bounces. Okay? Let me tell you, your wife was freaking sexy yesterday. All she kept saying was Charles, Charles, Charles. You know why? Because she thinks your name is Charles because you're so obsessed with Charles Hoskinson. You're so obsessed with Cardano. Cardano holders are in absolute agony right now. You can continue to get agony. That's it. Becker the Pecker out. Peace. All right. Psycho Pearl said you won't be rich holding Bitcoin though. Yeah, I would agree. Not that I would say you can't. I mean, it all depends on, like, if you're starting out with a small amount, you probably won't be rich buying Bitcoin, man. At least anytime soon, right? You know me. I don't think Bitcoin's hitting $1 million per Bitcoin. Me personally don't think Bitcoin's hitting $1 million anytime soon. But I'm sort of a Debbie Downer, I guess. I'm being a little bit of a Debbie Downer today, maybe. All right, Cardano, everyone's favorite. Patriots lost. Oh my God! Oh my! Patriots lost. Oh. Shit, dude. Look at BTC. How symbolic Bitcoin going up when the dumb song's happening. How symbolic is that? Oh my Lord. Yeah, guys, I mean, I told you this. I think Bitcoin's coming up to take this liquidity to the upside. I'm looking for Bitcoin to come up into 17.3, 17.4. You got sort of this big vector candle sitting here between 17K and 17.5. I think you come up and snag that shit. You come and snag that shit back up to the upside. And then we got to see how Bitcoin reacts to 17.5. Me personally, I don't have a magic ball. I don't know how Bitcoin reacts to it. I got to see how the charts look if we get up there, right? So right now, I think we got to move up. I get there's a bear flag here. I'm not blind. I have it drawn. Still think we got to move up. And, you know, we sort of, you know, we sort of kind of hover here. And then however we react here, we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, nice little move up for BT Sizzle going into tomorrow. Sort of what I've sort of said. I think tomorrow. This is my take. I think tomorrow will be a good day. Because here's the thing: everyone was super bearish after last week, right? Especially for the stock market. Stock market had a horrible week. Usually, what happens is everyone's super bearish going into that week, and you actually see a good Monday. I think it's going to be a good Monday. And then the rest of the week could be kind of interesting, right? That's sort of my short-term take here. Let's do Cardano. Cardino. How many likes we got today, guys? Let's try to hit. Is there any possible way we could hit 500 likes tonight? Could we hit 500 likes? I think that should be the goal. Can we hit 500 likes? Let's freaking get busy on the 500 likes. Takes 2 seconds. If you can smack up that like button, it helps the stream out a lot, and appreciate you guys. Especially you guys that are here every single day throughout the bear market, man. Absolutely nutburgers. But we'll be here every day. We ain't going nowhere. All right, Cardano. Everyone's favorite shitcoin. At one point, I didn't think it was a shitcoin. Now, I guess maybe it is. Cardano, what do we got going on? Does Cardano have any chance to go back up? I will make this case about Cardano. Okay? Cardano has been one of the best gainers the past 2 bull markets. Okay? It did really well in 2017 and it did really freaking well in 2020. What's the problem with Cardano though? With big gains get big losses. So now the FUD is starting for Cardano. But let's just look at where we're at. Let's look at where we're at. So Cardano right now is down from its highs. Let's do this. Let's take the highs to the lows. 92%. How fun. That's very joyful that Cardano's down 92%. How far did it come back down in the previous bear market? Previous bear market, it came down 98%. Now, I know everyone will say, and here's my take on Cardano. If the way I just looked at BNB and the way I just looked at, we looked at, what was it? We looked at ETH, we looked at BNB, and we looked at Litecoin. They all kind of have interesting levels that come a little bit lower. Here's the way I'm looking at ADA, okay? The way I look at ADA is this. Bitcoin hasn't really gone much lower than its June low, but here's the thing with the altcoins. Bitcoin can just go sideways, and the altcoins can kind of just keep going down, you know? And that's been Cardano the whole year. Cardano is just kind of straight line down. Cardano, to me, this level looks juicy right here. This looks like a juicy level coming back over here, right here. And you're really not at support right now. I look at little old Cardano. I think you see it. I think at some point you see 15 cents for Cardano here, man. Very basic level, right? Previous high, previous low. You take all these vector candles right here. All this liquidity sitting right there. I think you see 15 cents on Cardano. Just looking at for where it is, right? Because you don't really have any support looking left. You have none. Zilch. Zada. It's like the BNB chart that already broke down. You know? I think eventually you mosey your way back down to 15 cents. Just my take. Like after breaking the June low, man, that was kind of your hope that you had this previous peak over here, but now you really got nothing. You got nothing. It's just a constant rejection. Why do I have text stuff? Get out of here, text. Get out of here, text. Rejection. Just over and over and over again, right? But yeah, I mean, I think I had something else I wanted to say about Cardano. I forget. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, man, this is something was juicy over here. I think was it the it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. Anyways, Cardano, I don't want to spend too much time on it. But like we said, if it dropped 97%, again, that would put it, actually a little bit lower. That would put it at like 12 cents or so. But we'll see. VeChain, Mr. Hart said that's where I'm picking up some ADA. Could be good. Now let's do Ethereum Classic. Guys, we're jumping through the altcoins that were around in 2018 here, just to look at where we're at. ETH Classic, another fun one here. Man, I mean, I look at ETH Classic, and I guess ETH Classic actually has a better chart than most coins, in my opinion. The reason why I say that the ETH Classic does, is because, and we'll get to Matic. I'm still going to do Matic for you. Don't worry. I got Matic. The reason why I say ETH Classic is an interesting point, because I look at ETH Classic here, and kind of just the structure it's had in this bear market, and I guess it had this little rally, just like Bitcoin did in 2019, where it actually got back above the bear market resistance band, just like it did here, and it was a fake out. It'll be out of the top 10 by Q2 2023. At this rate, it's looking like it, But I would not be surprised if Cardano's out of the top 10. I would not be surprised. Where is it at right now? Let me see. I haven't looked at CoinMarketCap in quite a bit. Let me see where we're at here. So you got Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, XRP, Doge, Cardano. Okay, so for Cardano to fall out of the top 10, it needs to be passed by... No, it's not going to fall out of the top 10. It's not going to fall out of the top 10. I as much as I'm a fan of, say, Matic could pass it right now. But Polkadot, Tron, Litecoin, Sol, Uniswap, these are so much lower than Cardano's market cap. I don't see it by Q2 of 2023. I don't see it by then. And as always, I will not cut out Cardano because people did it last bull market, and you see how that worked out. So we will see, right? We will see. Anyways, ETC. Little bit of a bear market rally breakout. Okay, cool. You come back down. I'm looking at, and this all ties into the other ones we looked at. They all are showing like another 40 to 50% drop, which I know sounds like a lot, but in reality, I mean, what we've been through this year, that's really not that much. So ETH Classic, at the very least, I mean, just looking at it over here, right? You kind of had this you had 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. 3 little touches over here. You got a big support right here where you had resistance, I guess kind of support here. This is a big support right here. This is a massive, even from over here, right? Support. Look at how massive this level right here is for ETH Classic. I think this level holds on ETH Classic, but that means it can come all the way back down to like $10. It's at 16 right now. So once again, that kind of gets us in that. You see how all these have the same ballpark of like the biggest levels on these altcoins? They all have a similar ballpark of percentages. That would be another like, 40%, 35, 40% drop on ETC, which puts it right in line with everything else, So the ETC does something like this, like it did last time. It comes back down, makes a low, gets a little rise again, comes back down, makes a third low. This kind of goes in line to what I'm thinking happens, right? You sort of maybe go down for a little bit longer. Bitcoin kind of goes sideways. Altcoins bleed out a little bit more for the next month or two. And then you get a little pump. Good CPI. We're going to the upside. Woo! Bull market's back. Look at the CPI. Inflation down to like 5%. Woohoo! Fed pivots. Not Fed doesn't pivot, but Fed pauses. And then everyone thinks that's bullish, but the market actually drops back down to the lows. Reality sets in, and then you go sideways for, like a typical bear market up until the halving event. You start going back up, and rest is history. Something like this, which is very, very painful time. Not because the price goes lower, but because the price doesn't go anywhere. That's why this is a painful time. That's my take. That's my take. You take that. You take that take on ETC and you take it to the bank. All right. Holy guacamole. All right, let's do Matic. You guys are begging for Matic. Matic. What are we doing? Short-term charts on Matic, long-term charts on Matic. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Let me see. Let's do Matic. So I guess we'll start the daily. The daily for Matic. Matic. Little old Matic. I love Matic. Matic since about July. It's very similar to Chainlink, where it's just like kind of like you've kind of been going sideways for 6 months now, right? Chainlink been going sideways for like 8 months, but Matic, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's just, yeah, you've had one little deviation to the low, you've had one little deviation to the high, but other than that, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's just sideways action since July. I feel like July was yesterday. Holy shit. You could have basically came in July, said, I'm not checking the charts for another 7 months. You'd be at the same price you are now. It's crazy. But who would have predicted that? Right? I think most people would have predicted we would be lower at this point. You know what I mean? Like, if you came in Matic and you came in July and you're like, shit, 80 cents? I'm going to freaking wait. I'll wait till December. We're going to be lower. You come back in December, you're 81 cents. You're like, fuck, man. But you sort of look at Matic here. It's kind of like Chainlink. Like you're back down at the bottom of the range. It's hard for me to get bearish in the short term at the bottom of the range. You know what I mean? That's why I'm looking for Bitcoin to have a little bit of a bounce first. Right? And then Matic gets a little bit of a bounce, and then maybe we come back down again. But something like that. I do think Matic gets a bounce in the short term. A small little bounce. A teeny weeny little bounce. A queenie little bounce, a sheeny little bounce, whatever you want to call it. Kevin said, what's your take on the Binance FUD? You believe they are solvent? I would say I believe that they are, but at the same time, I would not be holding my money on Binance. Where there's smoke, there's fire, but at the same time, you got to understand, the market right now,
Rant alert.
it's just negativity. People want the prices to go lower. So the problem with the market that we're in right now is most people are sold out, right? Most people are on the sidelines. What do people on the sidelines want? They want the prices to go lower. So they're gonna start shit to try to scare people out of the market, and they're gonna start shit. It could even be stuff that's made up. The problem is you don't know what's made up and what's not, but people are going to start Tether FUD. People are going to start Binance FUD. People are going to be starting shit just to try to make the prices to go lower, cause bank runs and stuff like that because they want to buy lower, you know? So even if they are solvent, just the fear of them not being causes pressure on the market, you know? And that's what kind of sucks at times like this. It's like you just keep getting bashed of something else. But we'll see. We shall see. I would say I would not keep my money on Binance, though, or any exchange. Do I think they're going under? No, but I wouldn't keep my money on there, basically, is my point. Could go back to 2 cents. It was in 2021 Matic. But anyways, daily time frame, I think you get a short-term bounce to the upside just because you're at support. But if you go to the weekly, everyone's favorite weekly chart here. What does Matic do on the weekly time frame? That's the big question, right? Man, this one's tough because this one doesn't have too much price action to go off of, right? I mean, I guess you have 2019 price action, but it's not the most helpful thing at the moment. Bull market support band really hasn't been too helpful. You've kind of just been in it. You've been in it forever. But if we go to let's bring up our moving averages here. So that's the 50 moving average. You notice how all these altcoins, man, right? We just looked at BNB, has the exact same chart as this. Oh man, if we actually extend the support over like this, look at this, man. It's almost like the BNB chart. It's just that Matic went lower on this drop, right? So we just look at the BNB chart. We basically had a huge horizontal support level, right? But BNB bounced here, where Matic came lower and then came back up. But you guys get the point, right? So Matic came back up, tested the 50 moving average, big rejection off the 50 moving average, right? And if we think that BNB is going to break that support, does Matic come back down and sort of test these lows again? I think it's a possibility for sure. I would not rule that out whatsoever, because it's literally the same exact chart. And when you ever reject off the 50 moving average, especially on the weekly in a bear market, it's usually typically not a good thing. You can use Bitcoin for an example, but I think you guys know that at this point. Most people in here are crypto extraordinaires or crypto veterans. You guys have had your Viking helmet on for too long, man. I'm still sad about the Pats, by the way, so I'm still very, very sad. But yeah, I mean, the Matic chart and the BNB chart, look at these charts. Oh my God, they're almost the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Almost the exact same thing. Just Matic's got some room to work with from its lows. That's it. Ready? Here's the BNB chart. You see it? Here's the Matic chart. Oh my Lord. It's the same damn thing. Oh, Lordy. So, like I said, like, for me, it's, if you see a move down lower here, I do think it'll be it'll be soon. It'll be in the next 2 months or so. Because I do think these CPI reports are going to keep coming in lower, and that's going to get people bullish up until the next FOMC meeting, which is not till February. So if it's going to happen, I think it happens soon. Like soon. But we'll see, right? I mean, the stock market's at a big level. That's the big kicker. The big kicker. Keith Colby said, I just realized I'm a bear. I think I'm turning people into bears today. All of a sudden, when you zoom out, you look at the weekly chart, you're like, holy shit, man. But yeah, that's sort of Matic. What was the other one I want to look at? Litecoin, BNB, eSol Link. Chainlink. Chainlink is another fun one. Chainlink is an interesting one, right? And Chainlink's the one where it kind of gives me a little bit more hope. Not so much hope as in like, okay, yeah, we're Chainlink's going back up to $100 next month, right?
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Nothing can say that. But Chainlink, you see now it's been going sideways for pretty much the whole year, right? I mean, you had a week in April. Since like end of April, beginning of May, you were pretty much in this range, where most things have either gone significantly lower, have bounced around like crazy. Chainlink hasn't gone anywhere. What I know is about Chainlink, it's like an oscillator in a bear market, right? It's sort of just, it goes up, down, up, down, up, down for like years, right? Look at this. It's 2017 to 2019. I mean, yeah, you had one deviation high, but you're just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 2019 to, almost the mid 2020, up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice what you've done now, up, down, up, down, up, down. Doesn't mean you have to continue that. I guess the way I look at Chainlinky is it's kind of like a stair step. And the ones we've looked at we've been slightly bearish today. So I guess I'll add a little bit more bullishness to this stream. If I look like Chainlink like this, it's almost like a little step case. Okay, we like step cases, right? So here's the way I'm looking at Chainlink. Big consolidation, you get a rise up. Then you hold the previous resistance, you hold it as support. Big consolidation, you rise up. Right? This was obviously a bull market, so we went pretty high. Now we've come back down. Now we find ourselves in this next little consolidation, right above where the previous step, our little previous step, which is right here, these previous highs. Where is Chainlink sitting now? Right as support on that level. So it's almost like a little stair step. Here, take a step. Let's take another step. Right? So I guess it's something stupid, right? It's not we're not doing groundbreaking shit here, but I guess if you want to see this pattern continue, you want to see Chainlink stay above $5. It's at $6 now, so it still has some room to run down. If other altcoins go down, Chainlink could still go down 15% and still hold this structure, right? Very, 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 I guess, dubious, I guess. But yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, Chainlink has been kind of in this. It hasn't done anything. I actually love trading Chainlink. It's you just long the lows and short the highs. It's been pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I bet you guys have your thoughts on this. Let me do this. Bear market resistance band. Yeah, look at this. I mean, just rejection. Is one setting up? Something's got to give here. Something's got to give because you got the bear market resistance band coming down. You got support coming across. Something's got to give here. What will give? We shall find out. Let's see. Is Algo a good buy? Algo? Well, I mean, if it's anything like we just looked at before, like all these other ones, Algo's been getting crushed lately, man. Absolutely decimated. Hold on, let me bring up Algo real quick. Algo! My daughter Harper heard that, Jordan. That was awesome. Thanks, bro. What? Keith, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? What's my favorite cheese strain? My favorite cheese strain. Yeah, look at where Algorand is. You know, and I guess you could look at this from an uber bullish or uber bearish standpoint. Depends what kind of mind you have, right? You guys can look at this chart. This is the whole Algo chart, right? And you might be saying, this is a weird ass chart. It is. Just look at the Algo ETH chart. You sort of look at Algo here. It's been getting crushed since I had this little ride up for the FIFA tournament. Boom! Got decimated here. It's came down like 60% in the last 2 months. It's absolutely decimated. If you look at where it is, hold on, let me bring this up here. Or where it's coming to, right? I mean, you could, man, it actually broke those lows, which is, I guess, interesting. But like this range here is sort of the big range, and this is the previous bear market low here. This is 2019 low. This is 2020 low. Algo sitting right in that same spot. So you could look at this as an opportunity. You could say, holy shit, if this breaks down, we got no price action to hold support. So I guess it sort of goes to whatever you think. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think Algo holds the line at the 2019 and 2020 support levels? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's looking pretty interesting over here. Up in this bitch, I will say. Up in this freaking bitch. Oh, what's my favorite cheese? My favorite cheese. You know what I really like? Shit, what is it? What is it, man? What's the cheese? What's that spicy cheese? That spicy cheese, man. Oh, what is it? Guys, what's the spicy cheese? Someone help me in here. What's the spicy cheese? Oh, man, I can't think of it. I like cheddar cheese. On burgers, I love cheddar cheese. I love cheddar cheese. I really do. Let's see. California Rider said, I like the stream. I like looking at the past and trying to predict what can happen. But really anything can happen. True. Thank you, California Rider. Yeah, I mean, listen. Do any of us have any idea what's going to happen next year? No. We're just having fun and looking at altcoins that were around last bear market and just kind of seeing where we're at. Because a lot of them are coming up to the previous bear market lows, which is almost a full reset of the previous bull market, you know? And everyone's kind of been looking for this full reset. A lot of alts are having a full reset. A lot of them already did. Like, look at where Algo is. Algo's a top 30 coin. It's already back down to its 2019 lows. Shit. Pepperjack. Yeah, Pepperjack. I love Pepperjack cheese. Oh, I am bullish on Pepperjack cheese, man. Who else is bullish on Pepperjack? We gotta do a poll. We got 889 votes. Will this week be green or red for Bitcoin? 52% said red. By the way, keep smacking up that like button. I don't know how many likes we got in here. We gotta hit 500 today. Okay? We're gonna hit 500 today. So if you're watching the stream, you're enjoying this little stream, let me know. Pepperjack cheese all day, boy. I like cheddar. Cheddar's good on burgers. I like Swiss. I like Swiss cheese on steak and cheese sandwiches. I like American cheese on steak and cheese sandwiches. That's really good too, personally. But yeah, guys, smack off that like button. It takes 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds to just go boop, boop, boop. And let me know that if you like looking at the longer term charts like this. I love this shit. I have more fun looking at this than the short term price action, to be honest. Show it to me by hitting the like button, right? If you don't, well, you can hit the dislike button too. You can definitely show me that way too. All right. So yeah, I mean, algo, it's up. It's whatever you think. I mean, it's at where hopefully it bounces. I mean, if it doesn't hold here, you got no price action down here. I mean, you need a full retrace of the bull market. Nut burgers, absolute nut burgers. Smoked Gouda, holy moly, smoked Gouda is good. Listen, man, let me ask you guys this: Do you like cheese that's how do I say this correctly? Do you like cheese that's hard, or do you like cheese that's melted? Which one? Hard or melted? I guess I don't know if hard is the correct word. Do you like it in its original form or melted? Let me know. Which one do you like better? And don't say it depends. Just tell me which one you like better. I would say, I'm going to say it depends.
It depends what you eat.
I say melted. You know why? Because I like steak and cheeses. I like pizza. I like it's kind of cheating. I say I like bagels and cream cheese, but it's not really cheese, even though it is kind of cheese, I guess. All right, I mean, algo is algo. I mean, if you want to bring up some moving averages here, I don't think those are too helpful at this moment. Really not too helpful. I mean, you're kind of just continuing down with these moving averages and not being able to crack them, man. Just not being able to crack them. So, I mean, if you look at where we're at, this should be the point, right? I mean, just going based off the past, this should be the point where algo gets a bounce and sort of comes up and gets back above this. But like I said, based off the other altcoins I've looked at, those all show you could still drop a little bit more. So let's just do a little speculation. Let's say algo drops like the other ones, 40%. It's not out of the realm of possibility. That's coming down to take the COVID dump wick here. So that's not terribly out of the realm of possibility. And then you could see this come up and sort of reclaim going into the middle of 2023, which is sort of my thought process anyway. So I guess that is where we're at. More so of just, maybe we go up, we come down, we do some of this, blah, blah, we come down a little bit more. We make some type of bullish divergence on the weekly, then we're able to get back up, 2023, okay, blah, 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 we go up. Okay. Something like that. But yeah, I guess algo's another cool one. What's another one? What other altcoin should we look at on the weekly? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me see it. I don't care, said Keith. Keith, you don't care about anything, man. Sam Bankman-Fried likes bell cheese. Sam Bankman-Fried, dude, the only cheese he's getting is that. You know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
The only cheese Sam Bankman-Fried getting is that dick cheese. From those nasty guys in prison that don't wash themselves. Oh Lord. All right. Anyways, Psycho Pro wants FTM. I gotta do FTM for my guy Psycho Pro in here. Let's do Phantom. Was Phantom around in 2019? I can't remember. Okay, I guess that was a little bit. Maybe we have a better chart here. Maybe it was around longer. Where is the? I guess it's not on that exchange. Qcoin. Okay, we'll stick to Binance, I guess. All right. Phantom. Let's see what we got. Let's just get rid of all this shiznap. Yeah, I mean, Phantom kind of looks like BNB, man. It looks like BNB. It looks like Matic, where it's kind of like holding. It's on the edge of glory, I mean, it's kind of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, head and shoulders, like where it's either do or die time. Because I mean, you look at this. Here's the funny thing about the altcoin charts in the longer term time frames. They all show bullish divergence for the most part, right? They all have lower lows. They want to buy cheap. Oh, don't start with the LLLs, crypto. What's going on, man? What's going on? They want to buy cheap. Actually, did you see what? Actually, guys, did you see what CZ tweeted the other day? And I told you guys, I am not going to deny CZ. Every time CZ does a tweet and he says not financial advice, it seems to always play out. Did you see what CZ tweeted the other day? Let me find it real quick. Actually, no, let me do FTM and then I'll find it real quick. I don't know if you guys saw what he said, but he's been leaving little hints, and he doesn't necessarily know. But the last 2 hints he's left, where he said they want to buy lower, we dumped on that day, like significantly lower, and then from like 25K back down to 18K, and then he said their shorts might be wrecked, not financial advice, in a separate tweet, and we actually pumped, knocked out the shorts. He tweeted something the other day. I don't know if you saw it, but I'll show you guys in a second. So we have like Phantom. It has bullish divergence on the weekly. It's hard for me to get bearish at support with bullish divergence. It's just man, the stock market's just making me overthink things, I think. But that's about right. I mean, you look at Phantom. Yes, it's at support. I guess I'm not going to get too huffy and puffy until it breaks this, but it's kind of the same point, right? If this breaks, there's just nothing between here and here, right? And I bet if I did a little bit of a measure move, actually, this is a pretty significant drop. This one would be pretty, yeah, it's like a 70% drop. Does it drop 70%? That's a big freaking drop, man. Though I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, it's kind of like little left head, right, little big ass dick and balls pattern up here, you know. So let's for fun, let's do a little measure move here. I think it's gonna put it at like 0. Actually, puts it all the way back down at like pretty much 0. I mean, that's pretty brutal. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's getting squeezed. It's getting squeezed between support and the bear market resistance band. So something's got to give here within the next couple weeks. Something's got to give. We'll find out. We shall find out. But I'm watching these 2 levels like a hawk. Like a damn hawk. It's a little shady. I don't like this. I don't like this. So I'm hoping we bounce from here. But like I said, we'll see. We'll see. And I always like to say, like, an altcoin's dropping 70%. This seems like a big drop. But, like, if we go back to where, for instance, like, let's go back to where Phantom pumped to in May. From that point to the bottom that reached to was a 68% drop. That was from like 48% to 16 cents. So if it happens, it goes quick, right? It seems like such a big drop. Like, oh my God, it's gonna drop another 68%. Well, it just dropped 68% here, right? So we'll see. I mean, it seems impossible, but you just did it. We'll see, right? We'll see. I guess we're hanging on the edge of glory here. On the edge of glory. Hanging on the moment with you. Mr. Hart said, you see bullish div, I see hidden bearish div. You can make that case too. You could see the higher highs and the lower highs coming in here as well. You could definitely make that case. For sure. For sure. But we're definitely on the edge of glory. Drew, what's your favorite trees? Drew, what's your favorite cheese, man? What's your favorite cheese? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. All right, so that's algo. Where are we at with some other stuff? What else should we look at, guys? Let me know. What's the next alt we should look at? I kind of want to stick to ones that we have more price action, not ones that are like super new. What's another good example here? I'm having fun with these charts today. What's another good example? Let's see. So we did ETC, we did ADA, we did Litecoin, we did Algo, we did BNB, Link, ETH. What's another one that was around back in the past? Another fun one. Doge. The thing with Doge is like Doge is not. Doge you can't really do because it just went freaking nuts last year. You know, it kind of there's no structure to Doge. You know, it's like a straight line up, and then straight line down. Let me see. I'm gonna get the full Doge chart. Usually Kraken has it. Where's the full Doge chart, dude? Dogecoin. Who has the full Doge chart? Binance doesn't have it. Coinbase? Oh, come on, man. Maj, you would know. Who has the full Doge?
No, nobody does.
No one does?
No.
Oh, my lord. One of these has got to have it. Into the block? Oh, no, I don't know what that is. What's an old exchange? Oh, shit. Guys, who has a... Which one of these mofos has a full Doge chart? I know Qcoin won't. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna... Because none of them have it. All right. I guess we'll skip on Doge. We'll skip on Doge. Doge is kind of pointless anyways, guys. I mean, there's no structure to Doge. It's just whoop. And then you kind of just... You're kind of just floating in space here. I mean, there's not really anything here, you know? The worst thing that would happen to Doge is like, oh shit, there's no support. Come all the way back down here. That would be a nightmare. Even though I don't think that...
No, go on Binance.
Huobi? Huobi has it? Let's see, Huobi. Oh, man. Nope. It's okay. It's okay. There's no point in talking about Doge. Doge is just... You got your lows. You got these lows. That's really it. That's all you got. Look, there's nothing there. For me, if what I think is going to happen to the other alts, I don't think Doge makes a new low, or at least it tests the previous low. You know, I don't see Doge going below 4 cents at this point. Call it crazy. I mean, it's so much above its previous low where a lot of them are already at the lows. But if Doge comes down, yeah, I mean that's like the 40% drop back down to the previous low. I see Doge holding the line here. If Doge doesn't hold the line here, man, that'll be a fun little ride. You know, 1 cent, 1.4 cents. It could be a fun little ride on Doji, on Captain Doge. But yeah, that's Doge. Not too worried about Doge. Doge is not one I'm worried about. It's the ones that are just have no support under them that aren't significantly above their lows, like BNB, Phantom, ones like that. Theta Weekly. Doge is nuts. Doge is freaking nuts, man. Like, can we reminisce what happened in 2020? Like it was actually pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. Like think about all the time that people had to buy some Doge here. I did not. Actually, at one point I did own Doge, but I think I swapped it into something else over here. And all the time people had to accumulate Doge, just going sideways. And all of a sudden Doge just goes freaking nut burgers to the upside. Absolutely nuts. Nuts. Such a random, just a random act of crypto effery, you know? Doge days are numbered. It's Doge bonk time. Doge! I will say, Doge is one of the only ones that has, like, maybe some type of use case. Maybe. It's sort of a maybe up in the air at this point. All right, let me see what else you guys said over here. What else did you guys say up here? Up here. Let's see. Dot's another one. It came out in this bull market, so it's not going to have too much price action. Like Dot, here's the Dot chart, right? I guess the only thing I can say about Dot is the only 2 levels of significance on the weekly for me are here and these lows, right? And you're kind of floating in the middle of them. See, I mean, the Dot chart was just absolutely classic. Look at this Dot chart, man. High. Oh, man, the weekly bearish divergence there. Holy moly, man. Sometimes you look back and you go, what the hell? But yeah, you dump back down. You retested the M formation. You hit low, retest, continue down. Here's the line in the sand for Dottie. Little old Dottie. Right here at like 385. But, once again, I think that's going to be a 40% drop-ish. Right? It's a little bit lower. It's like 23% from where it is. Which is in the realm of possibility. And then this would be a point where you would hope the low would be in, right, for Dot. Under that, you're flying blind. There ain't nothing to look at. You know what I mean? You're looking left and you go, holy shit, like where is this thing going to end up? You know? This is the line you want to see held in the sand, which I think could be that line in the sand. I think that could be the line in the sand. If Bitcoin probably bottoms around, somewhere between 12 and 14K, I would hope this would be the low for DOT here. So that's where we're at. Where's BTC? BTC chilling like a damn villain. UTC. Oh, lordy. Here's Gala. Altcoins are not stocks. How do they make you money other than pump and dump? Altcoins are not stocks. How do they make you money other than pump and dump? I can say the same thing about stocks, right? I can say the same thing about stocks. Most stocks are completely overinflated. You know what I mean? Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla stock is a perfect example. I'm pretty sure that their stock market cap is like significantly more than what their company is actually valued at. You know what I mean? It's like you could say the same thing about most stocks. Like, are most stocks worth their market cap? Probably like their businesses behind the stock actually worth the market cap? Probably not. You could say it about anything in the world. Anything in the world. Really. I'm just being devil's advocate. I mean, I like to be a devil's advocate. That's what I like to do. Jordan loves XRP. I mean, listen, there's a price that I would love XRP, but I will make my same point about XRP that I always do. For me, there's no point in buying XRP. See, if the SEC case is not settled within the 6 months, in the next 6 months, for me, there's no reason. I don't feel the need to buy XRP. My reasoning is, why am I going to have, if you want to buy a little bit, sure. I mean, as a speculative play, okay, if it happens in the next 6 months, it can pump more than the rest of the market, no problem. But if the SEC case doesn't get settled in the next 6 months, I could probably buy any altcoin. If it's going to be like a typical crypto market, at the next halving, which I don't see why it wouldn't, once we get past all this bullshit, then I'm not going to have a significant portion of my money tied up in XRP that I can just put in pretty much any other coin and it'll probably go up just as much, Whereas, say if I have my money XRP, the SEC case is not settled, the rest of the crypto market's going nuts, and my money's just sitting in XRP. And I'm like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? That's my reasoning behind it. There's no problem with XRP. It's just the risk versus reward after a certain amount of time is just not worth it. It's just not worth it for me. But if it happens soon, XRP could pump and the rest of the market can kind of just be chilling. And that would be the win. That would be the real win. But if we go into like the middle of 2023, end of 2023, and nothing's happened, I can just buy freaking Matic or Chainlink. It'll go just as much as XRP. You know what I mean? That's my take. There's nothing wrong with XRP. It's just it has a cloud over its head at the moment. Ben said XRP case over tomorrow at 1:30. Bro, do you know how many times this guy has said XRP case is going to be settled? Like, listen, BitBoy's awesome, right? He saved the day. He saved crypto. He said one thing that's been listen, how many sources he has? A million different things, the sources, especially with XRP that have been completely wrong. Who said that, by the way? Dion. I'm sure you're being sarcastic, though. I'm sure you're being sarcastic, right? I'm sure you are. But you know how it is. The third biggest channel in the cryptoverse. Today, guys, my sources tell me that the XRP case will be settled tomorrow by 1:30. Okay, and I have a very, very close source to Ripple. I do. Okay, very, very close source to Ripple. So you guys will probably say, "Yeah, I've said that so many times." No, tomorrow it's happening. 1:30, the case will be settled. All right. Oh man, oh man. Let's see. If it kicks off some market pumpage on Clarity, that would be nice. Oh, yeah, awesome. I hope that XRP wins the case. I do, because that would be good for the whole space. I'm not rooting against XRP at all. I want XRP to win the case. That would be a good thing for all of crypto. I hope it happens today. I wish it happened right now, quite frankly. Actually, no, I don't wish it happened right now. I hope it happens when there's a little bit better sentiment, personally. I hope it happens when, because it can be an extra little rocket fuel. Right now, I don't think there's any point of any rocket fuel at the moment, you know? The hat makes it funnier. Yeah, if you don't know, if guys, if you're new to the stream, you don't know why I'm wearing the hat. I sort of tell myself I'm not taking off the hat until Bitcoin makes a new low. At this point, listen, like I'm kind of sick of wearing the hat, though I have to do it because so far it's worked. But at this point, I'm sort of like, all right, if Bitcoin wants to wick to 14K just so I can take off the damn hat, that would be great. But I told you guys I wouldn't take off the damn hat. I wouldn't do it, you know? Anyways, it's been a long freaking stream, man. Been a long stream. I think I'm going to call it a stream here. Fun stream today. I mean, we looked at a bunch of altcoins on the longer term charts. I enjoy looking at those charts. Those charts are super fun. It's better than looking at the hourly chart where it's like, okay, all right, nothing's happened in 2 months. You know, I like looking for patterns and little cool things and cool things on the charts, even though they probably mostly don't mean much. But, you know, it's better. Like I said, it's better than looking at these charts and being like, holy shit. I'm going berserk. I'm so bored right now, man. But I'll be back at 9:45 tomorrow a.m. If you're new to the stream, make sure you subscribe. Smack that like button. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. I'll find some new juicy stuff in the charts, even though, like I said, it's mostly just for fun. Later. Peace. Have a good night, guys. See you.